Have you ever had the feeling that your life has been standing still? You wake up, go to work, come home, scroll on your phone, go to bed, then do it all again tomorrow. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and before you know it, you start wondering where the time went. You tell yourself you'll make changes soon, you'll get fitter, start that business, learn a new skill, travel more, spend more time with the people you care about. But somehow, nothing changes. And eventually, you start believing you're stuck. But what if you're looking at the wrong problem? Because most people don't become stuck overnight. It's something that happens gradually. One small routine becomes another. One postponed decision becomes 10. One comfortable habit slowly becomes your entire lifestyle. At first, it feels temporary. Then it quietly becomes normal. Another reason people feel stuck is that they're constantly busy, but rarely moving towards what actually matters to them. Being busy isn't the same as making progress. You can spend an entire day answering emails, doing chores, running errands, and still feel like you achieved nothing meaningful. That's because activity and progress aren't the same thing. Sometimes we're so focused on reacting to life that we stop directing it. Instead of choosing where we're going, we spend all our energy responding to whatever appears in front of us. And at the end of the day, we're exhausted, but no closer to the life we actually want. Another reason people feel trapped is comparison. Every day we see people online buying houses, starting businesses, traveling the world, getting fitter, finding success. But we're comparing our ordinary Tuesday to someone else's highlight reel. Without realizing it, comparison convinces us that everyone else is moving forward while we're standing still. The truth is, most people feel behind sometimes. They just don't post about it. Another reason life can feel stuck is fear. Not fear of trying, fear of changing. Because even if your current situation isn't making you happy, it's familiar. And the brain often prefers familiar discomfort over unfamiliar uncertainty. That's why people stay in jobs they dislike, relationships they've outgrown, or routines that no longer serve them. Not because they enjoy them, but because they know them. Change always carries uncertainty, and uncertainty can feel uncomfortable. There's another reason people stay stuck that often goes unnoticed. They become comfortable waiting. Waiting for Monday, waiting for the new year, waiting until work calms down, waiting until they have more money, more confidence, more motivation. But life has a habit of moving while we're waiting. The truth is, there will almost never be a perfect time to make a change. Life will still be busy. There will still be unexpected problems. You'll still have days where you don't feel motivated. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll spend years standing in exactly the same place. Another thing that keeps people stuck is believing that progress has to be dramatic. People think they need to completely transform their lives overnight. A new routine, a new diet, a new career, a new version of themselves. But lasting change rarely works like that. It usually looks boring. Small improvements repeated over and over again. A 10-minute walk every day reading a few pages of a book. None of those things seem life-changing on their own, but together, they slowly create a completely different future. The problem is that we often underestimate what small actions can become after a year. We overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can achieve through consistency. There's also another reason people feel stuck. They're waiting to feel ready, ready to exercise, ready to apply for the new job, ready to start saving, ready to learn something new. But readiness isn't something that suddenly appears one morning. It usually arrives after you've already started. Confidence grows from action, not the other way around. Small actions create momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence makes bigger actions possible. The first step doesn't need to be impressive, it just needs to happen. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk, reading one chapter, sending one email, saving 10 pounds, making one healthy meal. Tiny actions rarely change your life overnight, but repeated often enough, they completely change the direction you're heading. Because drifting feels like being stuck. Purpose creates movement. Movement creates hope. And hope makes tomorrow feel different from today. So if you've been feeling stuck lately, don't immediately assume you failed. Ask yourself a better question. What's one small thing I can do today that moves me towards the life I actually want? Not next month, not next year, today. Because most people don't escape feeling stuck through one huge decision. They escape it through hundreds of small ones, one after another. And one day they look back and realize they weren't stuck after all. They were simply waiting for themselves to take the first step. The life you want probably isn't waiting for one perfect moment. It's waiting for the next small decision you choose to make. And that decision could start today.